Hello and welcome. So today we are going to see a vulnerability which is no rate limit. So in this video series we will see what is no rate limit, why it happens, what is the severity of no rate limit, and what are the different ways to do no rate limit. Okay. So how a no rate limit works? As you can see onto the screen, the left side is the client, the right side is the server. So when a client will send a request to the server will accept it. What if the client sends one more request? What if the client sends the third request and the fourth request? So the client sends X requests and the server accepts all the X requests and fulfill all those requests and gives a response for all the requests that is coming from the client. Here is your response. Get your results. So in this case, the server is not properly handling or checking how many simultaneous requests are coming from the client. And this leads to a no rate limit. So how are we going to see this and how we are going to exploit? So the first thing that we are going to see, the first vulnerability, is no rate limit on account creation. So in here, we will send X number of simultaneous requests to the server and the server will act on each request. Thus, by making X number of email accounts onto the website. So no validation or limiting the request and taking decisions is very dangerous for a server. So let's go to the practical time and let's see a practical. So for practical, I'm going to show you an attack on this website which is wood.com. So in this attack, I'm going to sign up quickly onto the website using my email address. As you can see, my email address is hacker.udemy@gmail.com and I'm going to sign up. User account not found is the error the application gave me and automatically redirected me to the registration page. Now you can see I'm setting up a password for my account. I will just intercept this request in Burp suite. As you can see, this is the request which is going of checking that the email address exists or does not exist. So I'm just going to send this to repeater for backup purpose and I'm going to do intercept response to this request because I want to see what is the response to this request. And as you can see, the response is exist false, which means this user does not exist on the website and a user can sign up using this email address. So now as we go on back onto this web browser, you can see that a registration form appears and I'm going to fill the registration form. So in the name field, I'm going to type my name, date of birth, I'm going to take any random values. And in the gender, I'll take male and languages English, Hindi. Okay. Before submitting the request, I will do intercept on and I will hit submit the request. And I will capture the request in Burp suite. As you can see, this is the request which I wanted. This request contains all the details that I have submitted onto the browser. As you can see, type traditional, device ID Macintosh, device brand Mac, data email address hacker.udemy@gmail.com, password admin@123, first name last name Rohit, and other details as well. So this request is going to the server. I'll send this to repeater, I'll send this to intruder because in intruder I'm going to perform the attack of no rate limit. I will also do intercept response to this request just to check what is the response coming from the server. I will just forward this request and wait for the response from the server. And as you can see to the screen right now, I've got the response from the server, and the server has made an account for me. As you can see, I will just forward this request, do intercept off, again go to my web browser. You have successfully signed up onto the woot.com. I will go into my settings to just show you that I have successfully made an account onto this website, which means I have created an account. Now I will just go into the intruder. I will go into positions, and I'm going to set a position through which I'm going to make multiple accounts by sending multiple X requests. So the position that I'm going to take is the email position. Okay, so I'm going to just click on add, which means I want to take this position. Now I will go into the payloads, and I'm going to supply arbitrary email addresses. So let me just write down some of my email addresses that I'm going to use for attack. So let me just write down first email and one more email address. Let's say one more email address. I will take around 10 email address for this attack. And one more last email address. Yeah, so I have taken these many email addresses. Let me just save this file, and let me give the name as emailnames.txt, and let me just save this file onto my desktop. Okay, so I will just save this. Yeah, I've saved this file. Let me copy this names, and let me just paste into this payload. Okay, so I'm just going to click on paste. No, I will not load. I will just click on paste. Yeah, so as you can see, I have pasted 10 email addresses. The position that I've given is the email parameter. Now I will go to the options tab, and going in options tab, as you can see, I'm going to give a throttle. So what is throttle? Throttle means the delay between two simultaneous requests. So let's say the first request is going at 1 second, the second request will go after 5 seconds. Okay, because I have given the throttle, the delay, in 5000 milliseconds. 5000 milliseconds means 5 seconds. So each request will go after waiting for 5 seconds. Okay, fine. Now I think everything is ready. I will just start the attack. So let me just start the attack, and let's wait to see if we are able to make multiple accounts in one go by exploiting no rate limit. So I can see the status is coming 400. Let me see why it is giving 400. Let me just go to the first email, go check in the response and check. So email must be a valid email. Let me see the email. Okay, the email field has been encoded. Let me see for another email. It is happening the same. Yes, email must be a valid email. So guys, you can see my email is getting encoded. So I will just go back into the payload options, and payload encoding, I'll turn it off. Okay, I have done the payload encoding off because my payload was getting encoded, my email address were getting encoded. I will again start the attack. The email is already registered with us, which is hacker.udemy. Okay, fine, because we just made an account. The second request is akz.ruby@gmail, and let's see the response. Awesome. So we were successfully able to make an account. Perfect. Let's see for this email. I think this email already exists. We made an account. Yes. So let's see for the next email. Yeah, so we were able to make an account using this email address. Let's see for this email address. Yes, we are again able to make an account for this email address also. Let's see for this email address. Yes, we are able to make an account for this. Hacktify testing. Yes, we are able to make an account for this email address also. So basically we have right now made 10 accounts onto the website by exploiting no rate limit, because there should be a type of checking done, a type of validation. So there is no validation. For example, now I'm going to take this email address, that is hacktifytesting@gmail.com, and I'm just going to show you by logging in that the email account has been made or not. So I'm going to take this email address, hacktifytesting@gmail.com. I will go onto the website, click on login, and I will just type hacktifytesting@gmail.com and continue, just to verify that the email account has been made or not. As you can see, it is asking me for a password. I will just give the right password and I will click login. So you have successfully logged in into this website. Let me just go to my settings and check that my details are there. Yes, so my details are there, which means I was able to successfully make an account onto this website by exploiting no rate limit on account creation. Thank you.